what is going to be our summer curriculum.
Every change has a reason, baby, let it come to you.
Hey guys, if you are new to my channel, my name is Casey. I am a homeschooling mom of 2. I'm a former teacher. I love to share things on my channel about homeschooling, about just our lives in general, encouragement for moms, new and old, to homeschooling. I enjoy seeing other people, so I love sharing the things that keep me encouraged, and I love to encourage other people. So if you're not already subscribed, I would love for you to join our community and to subscribe and see what's going on. All right. So what are we using this summer? Some random things. With us basically moving almost across the country, we will be in transit for about a month. We're going to stop and visit my family and spend a good amount of time. It's kind of where we're from, so we can visit with friends, you know, do certain things. So we're a little behind on school. I'm just going to be honest. We've been delayed with trying to get the house on the market, get it prepared, you know, spending weekends getting it fixed up, you know, me spending every extra moment that I have, like trying to get it staged for showing, and then also trying to get out of town. The last month has just been this crazy whirlwind. So we're a little bit behind. It's probably going to take us into June to finish our normal curriculum. We're not going very hard. I'm tired. I don't think we need to just pound, especially at the end of the year. So we're just going to kind of we're just going to kind of take our time. And then I kind of gathered some things together that I felt like I really kind of wanted to do this summer. And we don't necessarily homeschool year round, but I have found that, you know, I do better if we get up, we have a schedule, we do the same thing. You know, same thing with my son. You know, he does better getting up at a certain time, having something to do, and then at least having some type of school in the morning because it feels normal. Doing that, I've also learned that it reduces, you know, negative behavior and things like that. And I'm also happier kind of doing that. I mean, we could just sit around and do nothing for weeks through the summer and take the summer off, but you know, I don't feel productive and I just don't feel good that way. So I gathered some things and I'd like to share them with you. Really want to get it finished before we start the next school year. We were using Gather Around Homeschool's Underground to Canada unit. It's a little intense. There are a lot of discussions that we have had to have with each chapter. The chapters are very short in the book, but we've had to have a lot of hard talks with it, and it's been difficult. I think it's wonderful, but it's bringing up things that are requiring a little more digestion, and I don't want to just I just don't want to keep pounding it every single day or a couple days a week. At his age, I think, you know, we've been doing it once or twice, once a week. We're kind of behind. So I do want to finish this because I do believe that it's important to have these discussions. And then one thing that I got to start the school year was Wordly Wise. And with everything that was going on and having a baby, and I had to start prioritizing things, like what were the important things that we needed to finish. And this kind of got tossed to the side. I really do enjoy Wordly Wise. I think it has definitely helped him in the past, and so we own it. And it doesn't take a lot of time, but I do want him to complete it this summer. And this, he doesn't really need me on top of him explaining things, so it's something that he can do independently. And then I had gotten this grammar from Scholastic for 2nd grade. I also got one for 3rd grade for next year. We did not have time to get to it, but because it's very thin and the words are very large, this should take no time at all to complete. I bought it. I want to make sure that we use it. I also think that we could focus a little bit more on grammar. So we'll do that. And then in a teacher resource video that I had done previously, and I'll link that below, this was another thing that I got, summer bridge activities between 2nd and 3rd grade. And it has, you know, days on it, you know, day 17, day 18, and it just kind of covers everything to make sure that they don't forget stuff. You might think it's just busy work, but he does forget stuff during the summer, and it's frustrating when you feel like you have very little time to spend on certain things that, you know, you're like, wow, why don't you remember this? You know, when I was a teacher and the kids would start the new school year, we would have to review because none of them remembered anything. Well, that's kind of built into your curriculum and things like that. And you have that time, plus you're slowly easing into the school year. Well, you know, I just, I just don't want to do that. So this will help. He just feels good when he's doing things. So we're going to do that. And then I've been using the Good and the Beautiful's level 3 for handwriting. Now he was in 2nd grade this year. We completed the level 2 months ago. So he's been working on the level 3 and it starts cursive. And he's had a really good time with it. And so when I was at Sam's, I found this from Highlights. Basically, it has a dry erase marker. And he can literally just, you know, write on it, dry erase, move on. You know, I don't really think I need to keep this or anything. I'm not trying to get something like this so that, you know, he's not written in it and we can use it again. It's just, it's pretty. It has pictures. It's different. He's not just using a pencil. He'll be using a marker and he can wipe it. It just adds in a little more fun to things. So I got this to help continue with cursive. And the funny thing is my son has great handwriting. I have absolutely horrible handwriting. I mean, I can have pretty decent if I slow down and try, but he has great handwriting and he kind of enjoys it now. So I wanted to make sure that we kept on with that. I also got Explode the Code 5 and 6 for next year. Well, he just kind of likes it. It's easy. I usually have him do like 4 pages and he flies through it. It's super easy. Like phonics has been very easy. We actually started out with Abeka and I really loved their phonics and the way that it all integrated. It gave him a really good basis. And so, you know, this is just really good. And then of course I want him to read this summer. He is really loving reading. And to an extent, I let him kind of read what he wants, but I need to make sure that it's good quality things. And I am going to admit that I did get him a book at Target that he really wanted. It was laid out like a graphic novel. And I didn't really look at it. And it wasn't until after he finished and I kind of was noticing some behavior changes. And so I quickly like perused it. And then I read some reviews and realized probably shouldn't have let him read it. There are a lot of parents that are, I'm not even going to name what it is, but there are a lot of parents that are actually letting their kids read it. There are actual novels, and then he had just picked out the graphic novel that kind of went along with it. Yeah, and that's not really like me, and I think it's just because I've been so busy, and I feel like with everything that's been going on with the move that maybe I was a little, not neglectful, but he's not getting as much one-on-one attention as he normally would with school, and I wanted to do something nice for him, and so I gave him a book that I shouldn't. So what we did is he was very sad when I told him he couldn't read the rest of them, and I took him away, and so I told him I would take him to the bookstore and we would find some new things that he would enjoy just as much that were okay for him to read. Which also prompted conversations about like, these are things that you don't need to be exposed to at your age and stuff like that. So there were a few tears, but I took him to the store. Things are fine. We're not having those issues anymore. So I let him get a couple of books. One, I actually wanted him to try the Hardy Boys series. I know that there's nothing in this that I have to worry about. As a kid, I read all of Nancy Drew. So I just got him number 1 to start with. He enjoys these kind of things. It will be a little above his level, but he's just rising to the challenge, and he enjoys it and loves it. And so I thought, let's give this a try this summer. We're going to be in the car a lot, so he's going to have lots of time to read. Plus he reads on his own. I actually have him read 30 minutes every day, mandatory, but he usually ends up reading a lot more past that. So we got this. I'm sure he's going to read many more books than what I'm going to show you. Then I read him the Percy Jackson series, and I have personally read them. I feel like these are okay, and he enjoys graphic novels. So I thought, well, he already knows the story for this, but he's going to get to see the pictures for the things that he was imagining in his head. So he was very excited to see these. And then the next series, the Heroes of Olympus, I have read all of these myself personally, and I believe where he is, you have to make those choices for yourself as a parent, that this would be okay as well for him to try. And he hasn't read this. So anyway, I let him have this. Then I showed you in a different video the bird unit from The Good and the Beautiful. And I had personally read an autobiography about John Audubon. And his life is actually pretty fascinating. And so The Good and the Beautiful had this book. And I really am going to try very hard, this is my goal, is to read this aloud to him this summer. We actually did not do a great job on read alouds this year, just from pure exhaustion and prioritizing things. So I think I can get through this summer somehow, in the car, in the morning, at lunch. I'm going to work really hard on trying to make this a priority, because I would like him to understand more about it. I am an avid bird watcher, and so I would like to share that with him and have him understand. And plus it's like a biography, it's historical. He likes that stuff. Then I tried to find some books kind of for the area that we were going in. The bookstore didn't have a lot. I'm gonna have to order some stuff from Amazon, and when I do, I'll share that video with you. But I found this book about the Grand Canyon. We are planning on traveling because we'll be a lot closer to it than we are currently, and I want to have a story to read about it, because this is an ecosystem that is very different than anything he's ever experienced, and I don't think he's gonna understand what he's going to see. So it just had really pretty pictures, and I just wanted to get something to kind of help him be excited about the fact that we are moving. Then I saw another book I just thought it would be fun to get. Let Liberty Rise, How America's School Children Help Save the Statue of Liberty. So we all know the story that the Statue of Liberty was a gift from France to America. But the thing I didn't know is they just sent the statue. There was no pedestal for it to stand on. Basically it kind of just says that few of America's millionaires were willing to foot the bill. And I guess they weren't willing to do taxes at this time period for it. So America's school children were giving pennies, and eventually, of course, we have the pedestal for the Statue of Liberty, especially if you've seen it. So anyway, I just thought this was a cute story to read to him as well. What are you doing this summer? What are you going to do? Are you doing anything? Are you going to take a break? What kind of things are you going to do? Did this video help you? Please add some comments below, because I always love to hear what you have to say. I get ideas from you as well. I get encouragement from you guys as well. I want to provide encouragement for you and ideas, but I also love to hear the things that you have to say. Some of them just make my day, and y'all don't even realize that sometimes I'm having a bad day, and reading your comment helps change that. So if you like this video, please hit the like button below and please subscribe if you're not already subscribed. I'd love to have you a part of our community. And as always, I hope you have a fantastic day. Bye.
Every change